Yo, have you heard about Anchor? It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome everyone to the L7C podcast, Naruto What If Battle Edition. Today we have the NDP Naruto Forum of Cedric, Nikki, Byron, and Andrea. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good.
Dude, can't complain.
Doing well, thank you.
I'm still alive. Love it.
And do want to say welcome back to Cedric. It's been a minute since Neji and Gara. We're glad to have you back, man.
I know it's been a time. It's good to be back.
So, and today's Naruto What If battle, we have Madara Uchiha, the Ten Tails version, against Nagato Uzumaki, aka Pain, and Itachi Uchiha. So basically, switch Naruto and Sasuke out of when they were fighting Madara and put Nagato and Itachi in there. No illnesses, no nothing, basically from their reanimated times at full power. And we're honestly just going to get right into it because I'm super excited to hear what everyone has to say. And when we start, you got to start with the captain. So Byron, first off, what do you think about this matchup and how are you feeling about it?
I think it's a good matchup. I like all the players in this. All of them are hard in their own way. So I think it's going to be a good fight. But who I think is going to win is Madara Uchiha.
Okay. So you're going with Madara. Why are you picking Madara?
Well, a couple reasons. The first thing is that fight against the entire War Shinobi. He pretty much threw hands with everybody and summoned 2 meteors. So that was pretty hard. And then he fought the 5 Kage, which are the strongest leaders of their each respective village. And he threw hands with them and also summoned 5 clones for each one of them. So there was 25 clones with Susanoo. And that's all before he became the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. And then he got the Ten Tails Jinchuriki power. And I don't think anyone's touching him with that because he has those 4 shadow clones that he can summon. And according to the Naruto wiki page, only shinobi using all the 8 gates or the 6 paths chakra are able to compete with him. And Nagato and they don't have those. So I don't see them winning this.
Wow, clear. Wow, okay, interesting. Nikolai, Nikki, my man, how are you feeling about Byron's opinion on this, and where are you going with this?
I'm in conclusion with Byron's opinion. I think it goes to Madara just because, Obito's, or not Obito's, well, they became Obito's, but Nagato's Renegons are Madara's Renegons. So, he cancels, they kind of cancel out because he has all of the abilities that Nagato has.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it really just becomes a battle of Susanoos because Itachi's Susanoo has the Yata mirror and the Totsuka blade. So I think that's where it gets interesting, is what Itachi's going to do there versus Madara. But yeah, Madara is he's on another level.
Okay. Andrea, what do you think of this matchup, and who do you think would win in this 2-on-1?
So when I first heard the matchup, my automatic instinct between just like my personal biases for characters and just kind of the way I think in general, like in a 2v1 situation, I'm always betting on the 2 person team. But after like getting into everything, just looking solely at like the different abilities and the strategies they bring to the table, I have to agree with everybody else that I think Madara would probably win. I hate to say that because I really feel like, if this actually happened in the show, my personal feelings is that Itachi would figure out a way to like come out on top still, but I do think Madara's winning because when it comes to him in that form, basically the most effective means of battle was taijutsu. And Nagato is, even though in reanimated form, is physically more capable of fighting, he's still not in top form. So his taijutsu's not like top tier. And Itachi, throughout the series, we never see him like not pull his punches. So I do feel like his taijutsu, what that we've seen, might be a little bit less than what it actually is. But I don't think it's going to be on par with Night Guy, who almost took Madara out. So with that kind of big hole, I really feel like Madara is going to win, which hurts me to say that.
Cedric, how are you feeling this matchup would go?
I'll be honest, it's not really even close in my mind. Like, Madara is mopping both of them. Light work. Limbo. That's all I gotta say. Limbo. Neither of them can stop Limbo. Nagato can maybe see Limbo. I don't know. But neither of them can interact with Limbo. Neither of them can stop his clones from hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Itachi's literally cannot see it with Sharingan. He doesn't have Sage Chakra to sense it like Naruto could in their fight. Chakra essentially is useless against any ninjutsu is useless against Madara. And like Nikki said, I mean, Nagato has the Rinnegan, but those are Madara's eyes. Nagato even mentions, well, I guess as Obito mentions to Sakura before she attempts to destroy the Rinnegan, like, these eyes aren't mine. And you can see what I could accomplish myself. Just imagine what the true owner of these eyes could do to this ninja world. They'll destroy the world. That's why I need you to destroy the eye. If that's the case, in Obito, I would say probably, as far as, I guess, a candidate to have the Rinnegan as well, was the next best thing to Nagato because he has the Uchiha blood. He has that chakra style. Nagato has Uzumaki blood, so that helps with his large chakra, but also don't forget, this is Ten Tails Jinchuriki Madara, full reanimation. He also has Senju mixed in there from the first Hokage. With them being reanimations, I mean, you saw what happened to Minato when he came in contact with Sage Power Chakra. His stuff didn't reanimate. His arms were gone. Limbo, you can't defend from Madara hitting you, and you can't reanimate as reanimation. I mean, I don't know what you do.
Okay. So you said it really wouldn't be no contest. Byron, do you think it'd be closer than that, or are you also saying it'd be no contest?
I think it would be no contest as well, because like I said, I've seen him fight against multiple people at one time, and he basically wiped the floor with them as well. So I just don't think Itachi and Nagato have it.
Well, there was things that you brought up from the wiki about having the Sage of Six Paths chakra to fight Madara 8 gates, but also do remember too that I think Madara will win too, but to play devil's advocate, Nagato was the second strongest Edo Tensei that Kabuto brought back, and he wasn't going to use Madara until Nagato got sealed by Itachi. So, I mean, just to put in perspective how strong Pain is, because I personally think that Nagato and Itachi would mop the floor with Ten Tails Madara. That's why I picked the 10 Tails one to make it a little bit more interesting. But Nikki threw out the thing of all things about almost their Batman himself, Itachi Uchiha, and the weapons that his Susanoo have. So Zetsu has seen every fight in history, pretty much. And when Zetsu saw Itachi's 2 weapons, which he didn't know Itachi had on his Susanoo, he did quote and say Itachi with those weapons would be invincible. So, Nikki, I'm going to throw this to you. Do you think there's a situation where Madara can get extremely cocky fighting those 2, and then he gets hit with that sword and gets his ass sealed away?
That's what I was thinking. That, or if somehow they can distract them. Do they automatically absorb ninjutsu attacks? Because only Itachi and Sasuke have Amaterasu as well, which is the all-burning flame.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can't, if Madara can't absorb automatically, they also have a chance with that. But I think it all comes down to whether he can pierce him with the sword, like he did Nagato to steal him when they were reanimated.
Yeah, because the user can pick if he just wants to use it as a normal sword or if he wants to seal you away. Because from the thing, it's saying once you get hit with that sword, you're done. You like get sealed into that drunken world. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's my one thing. Like if Itachi gets, like if Madara gets arrogant, I think he can lose, but I think he would respect both of them because of who they are. And Andrea, throwing this to you, I know we've talked about this, and this is a direct quote from the writer of Naruto, that he killed Itachi off because he said Itachi would find a way to beat Madara easy. Did that quote directly from the creator of Naruto hinder your pick?
It definitely did. My thing was just, again, I really wanted to pick Itachi and Nagato. I really did, especially with having quote in mind. Again, looking at everything specifically, I wondered kind of in what form he meant Madara would be in, because I think, pre 10 Tails, no question, it's done. Mm-hmm. But then you throw in the 10 Tails. I'm wondering if he did include, like, he was thinking of that form when he made that statement. I also don't know when exactly, if it was at the end of the entire series that he made that comment or like during. So that might have impacted my thinking a little bit if I knew that, but that was also part of my hesitation, is coming from the creator. Like maybe there's something up Itachi's sleeve that we never got to know about because he was killed off.
No, I agree. And you talked about Itachi's taijutsu because he never fought 100%. And if you remember when he was fighting KCM Naruto, he was going punch for punch with him. And this is a Naruto who's strong. Well, obviously, it's not as strong as Naruto will be when he fights Madara, but it's a Naruto who is stronger than he was when he fought Pain. And Itachi's going blow for blow with him. Cedric, because also a Uchiha who you actually like, Shishui, would that affect your pick if Itachi has Shishui's eye?
I don't think that there would be a setup to really get Madara by Genjutsu. I feel like if this is like all holds bar, Madara's taking him 100% seriously, then, and he's full both Renegons. Because remember, before he can summon up to 5 limbos, we've only saw 4 because Sasuke and Naruto kind of locked down the 1 before he got the second Renegon on. 5 limbos. Itachi uses Susanoo. I imagine Nagato's going to do all the summonings as well. Wolf Thing is going to be around running a while. I don't know if properly Madara is going to let his guard down to actually get hit by the crow that has she's like I just don't know. Also, that would say like we take the crow from where he implanted it in Naruto and he just has it. However, I guess best for Itachi's setup is using a substitution with the crows and having one of them be the one which he sees eye. But I don't think Madara with his battle experience, I mean, this is a war in Shinobi. Like, of course, we've seen like the times of war, but this is back when things were just like literally like you find someone who's not from your clan, you kill them. That's the Raisin mindset. I don't think he would let his guard down enough to get hit with a Genjutsu. especially knowing about Shisui himself.
What about the sword, though? You think he wouldn't let his guard down for that either? Because I don't know if he knows what that sword does.
I don't. To answer Nikki's question, because Nikki asked if they just, I guess, I don't know if it's necessarily absorbs chakra because it's one of the six paths. I think it just dissipates ninjutsu. Like it just does not connect. Because there's two versions of pain that have done it. There's the one that actually just is not affected by ninjutsu, and then if he does push, it dissipates the jutsu as well. The former is, I would argue, is probably automatic, where it's like I don't really have to do anything. Like I see the jutsu, I see ninjutsu, it's not hitting me. Because the reason why he was even hit by the Black Chidori and Naruto's Rasengans mixed with the Tail Beast chakra is they were both infusing Sage chakra.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Itachi's sword would dissipate or not. I think worst case scenario, Madara will do what happened to him when Sasuke and Naruto connected and use a limbo clone and sub
Yeah, because Itachi's weapons in general, which I don't know who the hell in the ninja world just let this dude travel the world to get these weapons, but whatever. Because that sword is really just, it's a sword in like a gorge that can just pop out. It's like a liquid sword. And so there's really it just says it's like a magical weapon. And with that, and then Byron, you talked about Madara when he decimated everyone when he first arrived on the scene. Do you not think like Nagato could do the same thing? Because this dude did show up to the Leaf Village by himself and was just wrecking everyone.
Oh, I definitely know Nagato could do the same thing because, like you say, he did basically destroy the whole Leaf Village with push. So I know Nagato could do it as well. I just give the edge to Madara.
So full power Nagato can move all of that, has his Rinnegan, and I can Byron or Andrew, anyone. How much stronger do you think that Nagato, or weaker do you think that Nagato is than Sasuke?
Which Sasuke? The one that fights Madara?
Or do you even think full power Nagato is weaker than that Sasuke?
I think he's weaker because he doesn't have Sage mode or a Sage Jutsu.
Does it make him that much? Like, do you think Sasuke could beat Six Paths full power Nagato?
I don't know about that, I'll be honest. I don't know about that because, I mean, if you think about when Nagato fought B and KCM1 Naruto, like, he would have killed them both if it wasn't Itachi with the Susanoo that came through. And I don't know if Sasuke can deal with all six pain abilities in one Nagato like that. All you got to do is take the soul out like he was trying to do to Naruto, or just blow off his head like he was about to do to B.
Andrew, what do you think?
I agree with Nikki. I mean, I just don't. I don't think Sasuke would have been able to beat full healthy pain with his. No, I really just don't. Again, I feel so bad because I really want to, like, feeling wise, if this would have been part of the actual like storyline, I really feel like there would have been a way for Itachi and Nagato to beat Madara as the 10 Tails Jinchuriki, but that's information that I feel like there's missing information that we would need to know for that to have been true.
Yeah, I think logically, like Cedric would say, just because of the way Madara is built in that form, Madara would win. I don't know if it's written from a story perspective. I don't think they make it a wash because then they'd have angry fans at them. But I just feel like Madara would win. But man, he's a cocky little bit, so that could leave him open for a little bit. But so Cedric, what if Itachi and Nagato, though, before Naruto and Sasuke, were the reincarnations of Indra and Ashura, and they got that power? would that boost their chances to a bit, or do you think they could do it then?
Well, if they got the power from Ramo,
Yeah, it went, it went the first in Madara, and then it went Itachi, Nagato, because technically they could both be in line they could have been in line for it.
I think I think if that happened, I'd say I'd be more inclined to say Itachi has a better chance. I don't know if I would say Nagato is a good reincarnation Indra, because what helps Naruto a lot, as well as his own sage mode, also having a bit of each tail beast inside.
No, that makes sense, because I was thinking, go ahead.
I guess it really depends on what would happen with Nagato, because I would imagine the same thing that happened, or some variant close to what happened with Sasuke, is Itachi would have one Sharingan and one Rinnegan. But for an individual who has two Rinnegans, I don't know what will happen. It all depends what type of visual prowess as well. Nagato, I would have to imagine it has to be something better than the Rinnegan, because it seems like you get kind of gypped if you just get the power up and all you get is just the same eyes you've had the whole time. So I would give it to him, but I just don't know what that power up would be. I would imagine he'd get boosted, but you gotta give him some ocular power, man. The guy has the Rinnegan, for Christ's sake. Give me the souped up Rinnegan, whatever that's called.
Yeah, I don't even know what the souped up, because I know there's the Rin Sharingan, but I don't know if it's that much souped up. If it even is souped up, then the Rinnegan.
I mean, maybe you give him the forehead, because Madara has that when he rips off the thing, his third eye opens and he can do Tsukiyomi.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you give him I don't know, that and the Sharin Rinnegan. I don't know, or just a third straight up Rinnegan like Momoshiki out here.
Byron, what do you think? If that happened, how would that change your opinion?
I think it would definitely be closer. Like Cedric said, I don't know what type of eyes Nagato would have if he got the Sage of the Six Paths power. Hopefully it would be a souped up version of his eyes, but I think it would definitely be closer if they had Sage power. So it's the Sage of the Six Paths power, like Naruto and Sasuke had.
Andrea, what do you think?
I mean, I'm just going to sound like a broken record. I agree it would be closer. At that point, I would start leaning more towards maybe them winning, because that's kind of one of those unknown factors that I feel like could have put them coming out on top, maybe. It's definitely closer, but I don't really know if they would win. I just, again, sentimental would hope that they would.
Nikki, are you on the same boat with everyone? Or you got a different take?
I'll be honest, my headset cut out, so I didn't hear anything that was said. I'm not even sure. Is it the Itachi and Nagato getting the Sage of Six Paths jutsu or powers from him?
Correct. And how do you think that would change the fight?
Well, now they have Sage Jutsu. Now they could touch Limbo, as Cedric mentioned earlier. Also, I feel like they're just going to be harder. Now they have Sage Jutsu. I feel like Nagato and Itachi are better. Maybe not Nagato being a better version of Naruto, but Itachi's definitely going to wash Sasuke if he gets that power. If you think about it. So I think it's going to be a way that just changes everything at that point, I feel like. Because now they have Sage Jutsu, and who knows what they can do with that. Because Itachi's a genius. So he's going to come up with something with whatever powers he now has.
Mm-hmm. So, Nikki, I'm going to stay with you, too, because I guess we talked about the sword that could pierce. We haven't even talked about Itachi's shield that can block any attack. And we don't even know the full extent of those, because they were really just there to show off what this man could really do. But Itachi does have one more trick up his sleeve, and there was the move that he used to basically beat Kabuto. So the Izanami, do you even think that has a chance of getting off? And if it, does Madara know his true self, or how do you think that could play in?
I was thinking about that, but then it goes back to Madara knows all that, and I don't know, because then again, either of them could use Izanagi as well as throughout the fight. So there's that. I don't know if Izanami will get him, But then again, Itachi doesn't have to look at you to put you in a genjutsu. Just point at you.
That's true.
And one thing I want to bring up for Madara, did he summon the Nine Tails in this fight?
I don't know, because technically, because he, because I guess if it's based off the fight from, if they just switch the people, he doesn't have control of the Nine Tails because it's still with Naruto. So I guess if
he could summon the Geto statue.
Yeah, he could summon the Geto statue, true, but Nagato could too. That'd be
but Nagato's not going to be complete.
Well, he'll just have to.
This is the one that's like blind with the branches cut off and the chains on his arms.
Yeah, I don't know if Izanami. I don't know if that's gonna get to him. But that is a game changer. But then again, Madara could use Izanami.
Yeah, because Itachi's the one, because we know what Pain's about. We know like the dude's otherworldly, and so is Madara. But Itachi is the one who has like all these different hacks. Like that you saw, like Izanami, the sword. I don't know why they gave this man everything and just kills him off for weak ass Sasuke. But like he just has all these different things where it's just like, how does he lose? Because if you have a shield that can block anything, obviously this is all hypothetical. So we don't know if he could just stay with that shield and block limbos. That's really super hypothetical. But I don't know. Byron, what do you think about Itachi and his hacks, though, with the sword, the shield, his intelligence? Like, what do you think about him?
I love Itachi. He's one of my favorite Uchihas. But I don't know if he could get Madara with the Izanami, because I feel like Madara does know his true self. Like, he's been the same ever since him and Hashira stopped being friends. Like, he's been the same ever since then, like, wants to take over the shinobi world. So I feel like he does know his true self. So if he does get hit with Izanami, I feel like he could just break it really easily.
I guess sticking with you, Byron, I guess my only reservations about Madara is because we literally saw this dude get stabbed from behind by Black Zetsu, his weak ass. So it's like, even though he wasn't expecting it, of course, and the will of Kaguya, blah, blah, that was a terrible plot line. But that's my only thing. Like, I've seen the dude really get got when he's not expecting it.
I guess he could get stabbed from behind, but they don't have like the white Zetsu power to go like get him absorbed by Kaguya. So if he does get stabbed from behind, we've seen him heal himself because he has Hashira's power to wood and all that wood style stuff. So he could get surprised, but I don't mean it would help, but I don't think it would matter.
But if he gets stabbed from behind by that sword, he loses.
That's true.
He's gone.
That's true.
That was Nikki's whole reservation when he was talking about his picks. It's like, one stab from the sword, you lose. But as Cedric said, Madara has been about this life since he was like 2. Like, he has been a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's even stated that he was taking out grown Senju before he even unlocked the Sharingan. Like, he's about that life. Obviously, he knows about Itachi and Nagato since he was the true, I guess, I don't even know if you can call him the true leader of the Akatsuki, but he watched through Obito. But it's like, everyone, even Obito said, like, if Itachi knew everything about the Akatsuki, about him, there'd be no Akatsuki. He would have just took everybody out.
That's true.
And I know, and obviously this not death battle, shout out to Screw Attack, but this fight came from the direct quote from Itachi saying, with Nagato's Rinnegan, his Mangekyou Sharingan, they can accomplish anything. This is anything. Like, this is as high as you can go, and I just feel like they just fall short. But when you think about writing it from an Arthur's perspective, I don't know, man. Because they would drag this out, because we've seen in Naruto where people have no business competing with other people, and we have like a 10-episode fight.
That's definitely be 10 episodes. I'll watch all of them.
Well, you have to add in the flashbacks. You have to add in all the flashbacks.
Oh my gosh, the flashbacks, how we got here. They finally show a backstory, how Itachi was the only person on Earth to get these stupid weapons, even though Orochimaru was looking for him his entire life and never found them. And then he's like,
Well, he just sucks in general, so like he doesn't count.
Well, I mean, he is a Sani, but
Well, whatever.
But I just laugh how this whole world, this dude's walking around, gets these two weapons, and obviously I was gonna bring out Shibaki Tensei, but that means nothing because Madara could just do it too.
He literally did it twice against a shinobi.
That's what I'm saying. Madara has essentially all their jutsus because he has all of Itachi's jutsus because they're both Uchihas and they do the same jutsus.
That's a good one on you, Cedric. And I don't know if that has the same weakness as Shibaki Tensei, because to us, we didn't know that thing had a weakness till Itachi said so.
We'll say there's that like super Shibaki Tensei that Madara does, where essentially he makes black matter and this makes multiple little giant ass balls.
Yeah. I mean, man. So I guess if you take away the 10 tails, would you all still pick Madara or would you change?
No 10 tails, I'm changing because he's not going to be able to compete with them at that point. I mean, he's going to be able to compete, but there's a lot more that he just doesn't have because at that point it's a fair fight. They can kill him. They could touch him. He doesn't have limbo. He doesn't have fucking true seeker orbs and all that we're accustomed to, the fucking black rods that immobilize. He doesn't have any of that.
Byron?
Man, it's tough to not choose Madara. But I think, like Nikki said, I think since he doesn't have all that extra shit, it'd definitely be a more fair fight. So I think I would choose Itachi and Nagato.
And I know Andrea would pick those two without Madara's 10 tails. She's already stated on this. Cedric, would you change your pick if it was just Madara who fought the 5 cages against these two?
Wait, reanimation Madara? Yeah. I probably would, even though part of me wants to pick Madara just because like that show has shown me that the creator loves people with hate in their hearts for something. I don't get it. Like people, like they always somehow end up living for someone to try to like Naruto to change their ways. Like I don't think Nagato and Itachi are going to try to have like a come to Jesus moment with Madara before trying to kill him. But I definitely think that they would have the advantage. I mean, that's just straight up Rinnegan versus Rinnegan at that point. Itachi giving the edge, being able to seal Madara. Madara doesn't have any sealing jutsu for a reanimation.
That's
so
true.
I don't know how he puts away either of them.
No, I think if it was just reanimation, I honestly think Madara might get it. He ain't gonna beat him like the 5 cages. I will tell you that much right. It would not be a 5 cage situation. He would need that Susanoo because there'd be other things going on. But since he's not here, Cedric, who do you think Justin would have picked?
Originally?
Mm-hmm.
Man, Justin would have started this whole thing saying, "We are pain." I think after everyone talked, because you would essentially talk to him about, well, man, that's a hurdle. Like this is 10-tailed Jinchuriki Madara. Justin would be like, man, I really just want to pick pain though. Like, and he say Madara is like Madara is sweet. Madara is OP. Like, and it's one of those things where his favorite quote: "You got eyes, you can win." All 3 of them got eyes.
That is true. That is this. You have eyes, you could win. If you're smart, they're all smart. You can win. So it's like,
but I guess it goes that bonus for that extra Naruto stuff. You got Jinchurikis.
That's true. I even forget too that both Nagato and Madara have that King of Hell whatever thing that could. Because I forgot, was this
Rebirth?
Like, there's that, and it's just like, I don't think it come to using that, but shoot, if this is life or death, we'll have to figure it out. But no, I think Justin would pick them just because of Nagato, because that is his guy. Well, I actually think, guys, this is actually the first unanimous one that we've had that we all picked the same person because we had the Neji one and we picked Gara, and then we had the women's one and Byron picked Sakura.
I've only picked her for that first match, but ended up picking Tamari to win the whole thing.
But you're the only one who picked her. We're just talking about history, man.
He wants to set the record straight. He wants all the facts.
Thank you, Andrea.
There's that one person that commented on it.
Yeah, there's one person who did comment and said Sakura, and that just was not working for me.
No, I gotta agree with that. It's fine. Like, hey, you know.
And then we had Tsunade and A, and then Tsunade got that one via votes, and then Madara was unanimous, which hurts because, you know, as Andrea said.
It is for the
Well, Justin was just mad. He wasn't mad. He was just going through people's jutsus. He's like, bro, they didn't give A anything. They gave him lightning powers and wrestling moves. And I was just like, oh,
yes, that's all he needs. Liger bomb. That's all he needs. We're good. And Sasuke was the only one that survived.
And he survived because of plot. Man, let's not talk about it. He survived because of plot.
He should have died.
Rewatching some of these episodes for this, I really realized that I was like, you know, when I seen Sasuke like have his like farewell moments with Orochimaru, Taka, and Kabuto, I was really like, you know, they could have really made his own anime. He could have had his own anime because this is some main character shit, right?
Well,
like you would think he's a protagonist and that we love him. Like the way they're saying goodbye to this man, like he's going on to face like the big villain. They don't know if he's gonna come back alive. Like even like Orochimaru says, I was wondering where your wind would blow type of stuff, Sensei's type of shit. Like I was like, man.
Well, you know,
this is
you know what Justin says, man. When Naruto beat Pain, it became the Sasuke show.
It is the Sasuke, man. Look,
Mm-hmm.
the only reason we went through 95% of this shit is Sasuke. I blame Sasuke for a lot.
Oh well, you're not the only one, man. Because we had him from the Cage Summit to the Danzo thing. In episodes, it made it seem faster, but when you were reading the manga every week, bro, it felt like 2 years of Sasuke.
Just straight Sasuke.
And you know.
Shit, I still remember when Madara is like admiring this man. He's like, you know, if he was born before Obito, I was like, well, that's really Orochimaru vibe of you, Madara, but okay. Like,
was he saying that before he even became Ten Tails and he killed Sasuke basically and threw him to the ground? It was after
when Sasuke came back with the Sage Power, because he's like, this is it. Like, he made it to Sage Power. Me and him have the same Mangekyo Sharingan pattern. Like, he would have been really compatible for my mission if he was born before Obito.
Yeah, because I remember
there was the moment he's like, join me. You're a new Uchiha. I don't want to kill you. I don't have to. Yeah. Sasuke's like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, Sasuke and everyone else busted in that cage summit. I saw something crazy today, and I'll throw this out. What if full power Nagato would have busted in the cage summit?
Oh.
I saw that today, and I wanted to bring that up. Like,
Danzo ain't saving nobody. Danzo running.
I don't even know if we get to the war. Like, I don't think they could beat him.
It's just going to be the Leaf Village because we know Danzo is going to run. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is going to actually try to fight. Their only prayer is that Particle Style can somehow stop Six Paths Pain. I don't think it can, but I don't think that's working now. I mean, this man took out an entire village. No one said anything either. Too like it just went down. No one came over from the other villages. Like, damn, he really just destroyed the entire village. So he's smoking some people in that place.
And it's crazy you brought that up, Cedric, because that whole village got destroyed, and other people weren't thinking like, damn, this could be us next. They're like, well,
it happens.
That's on you all. Essentially, that's what maybe if y'all didn't have a Jinchuriki still, your village would not have gotten destroyed. It's like, yeah, but this one's about to take over the world.
Andrew, how would you think that would be? It's instead of Sasuke busting into the cage summon, it would have been Nagato while he was still pain and didn't get the talk no jutsu from Naruto yet.
I think he takes it, but also like to protect the plot, I feel like something has to happen at the very last second to where he actually doesn't finish winning, doesn't finish actually like beating everybody's ass and has to leave for some reason, which is essentially kind of what happens when, Sasuke tries to challenge everybody, that he's getting his butt handed to him and just last second, like, okay, protect the plot. Get him out.
Sasuke was getting embarrassed for 3 months straight.
I loved it.
Like 3 months from Killer Bee till when he finally gets the Rinnegan, he was getting embarrassed for 3 months straight.
Loved every minute.
Like, that was bad. Nikki, what do you think would happen if you just switch out Sasuke for Nagato, busted in the cage summit?
He's smoking everyone in there. He's honestly just gonna smoke them all. I'm sorry. I don't see anything that they're gonna be able to do to really stop them.
Yeah.
Man. Without Sonata, because Sonata's asleep too.
Yep.
So you get cut up. You get cut up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wrap. Like, ain't no one healing you. Ain't no one like keeping you alive. None of that.
Yeah, I forgot Tsunade was still asleep. Oh no.
Yeah, it's Danzo's bitch ass is there.
Yeah, I forgot that Tsunade's still asleep.
Like, don't get it twisted. Like, Danzo isn't even in the fight. Like, it's just 4 Kages. Danzo's on the run saying, yo, Torino and Fu, hold them off for me while they can escape.
And I love the Raikage. This man would try and lariat and really just get Shira Tensei. Like,
Yeah.
And he would, that'd be the worst matchup for him. Liger Bomb, nope. And then Nagato might get sick of him putting
He
his
ain't touching him. He can't touch him. Like,
Oh.
he be fighting. Like, you gotta make it for plots. You gotta make him fight all the summon ones, the summoner. Like,
Yeah, for
you gotta give the people the idea, like, can he destroy the wolf thing? Even though if he Liger bombs, it's gonna grow another head. Like, he's gonna Liger bomb giant animals, and it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Look at it. Like,
yeah, that'd be bad. I saw that question popped up today, and I was like, well, we're just gonna throw it in. Let's just throw it in real quick. But no, Madara takes this one. I do have one set up, but I'm gonna ask Byron. Byron, what matchup would you want to see? I mean, I already have what we're gonna do, but I want to hear yours. If it's better, we'll pick yours.
I haven't thought about a matchup that I would like to see.
Is there anyone you would like to see fight?
Nah, not off the top of my head, no. If I've given some thought, I could tell you.
Oh, well,
I know.
So from basing it off of last time we did this and we brought up the gauntlet, we are going to do the gauntlet. So it's going to be Sasuke, not Rinnegan Sasuke. Probably he just got Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. And then we're going to see how far he would get through if he had to fight the Akatsuki one-on-one and how far he'd get.
Okay.
so right after, like, Kage summon Sasuke when he gets Itachi's out.
Yeah, right after he gets his ass whooped. Yep.
I wasn't gonna put it like that. I was gonna save that for the episode, but
Because I know we brought this. I know we were joking about this, but we were like, dude, does he even beat Kisame?
oh, wow.
Oh.
Like we were talking about that. Like,
Yeah, we need an order.
Wait. What order is he going in?
Okay, everyone. Now that part I haven't got that far, but I will have the order to you guys today.
Okay.
Sounds good.
But I know Justin, who I'm also a major fan of this guy too, because he was super hard to beat in Naruto Ninja Storm 2. I mean, Justin thinks Kazuto could give Sasuke some trouble.
You know, he's on my list.
Mhm.
The Immortals,
Yeah.
him and Hidan, because you cut them up, but
Right.
they ain't dead.
And Kazuku had one of the hardest flexes in anime. He's like, yeah, that leaf headband looks like someone I fought 1,000,000 years ago, the first Hokage. And we were just like,
right.
So how are you still alive?
He cares about money too.
So I love that. I love that part.
He's greedy.
He's about getting the paycheck. He does. Listen, he's a blue collar Itachi member. Does the job.
Yes, he really is. He'll do whatever for money. He will do whatever mission for money.
Like he's just trying to get the check and go home. No unnecessary stuff.
Nope.
Kill this person, get the check, go home.
Dude, that's why they had to give him an immortal person as a partner, because he kills all his other partners.
Because they ain't about the money. Which it's funny, the immortal religious person with the money. That's funny.
Well, just because he tells him one time, like, you can't kill me, like.
And Sasuke's fighting all those bodies by himself with Kazuku, and then we even joke. I don't know if this was a joke because we know he beat Data's ass.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Like
I really, just for Data's like soul and his own hate, I need him to resolve his hate and get one win over an Uchiha, because that man's hatred for Uchihas is something.
Runs deep, but nah, we joke, depending on the order, we were like, because she put some respect on her name. You think would Sasuke beat Conan?
Conan's hard.
Like how far?
Obito beat.
Well, bro, he had to use whatchamacallit to win, and Sasuke doesn't have that jutsu. Yeah, he had to use these Izanagi. He was going to lose.
That's the only way he survived.
Sasuke has the jutsu. He just doesn't want to go blind.
Well, Cedric, I will say Sasuke didn't care about. He was blind for the 2 episodes of using those eyes.
Well,
he was poo.
He wasn't blind. He just kept saying it was getting dark in here.
Sakura was getting blurry. I'm like, bro, you've literally had these eyes for 5 episodes.
I mean, shoot, he killed Danzo over and over again.
That's true. Danzo tried to blow himself up, and Sasuke would have died too if it wasn't for Obito.
He learned from Data. Data tried to blow himself up, and
that's true.
Sasuke sacrificed a snake. That was really cool.
Not just any snake. He sacrificed Manda.
Like Manda's an asshole, but he ain't deserved to go out like that. Like he went out of story. Like he was probably chilling somewhere on his own, just transported into an explosion.
Killed him unceremoniously, and then he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna get a hawk, and I'll get another snake.
He got his son.
We talk about Sasuke. It's shit
That's
that he was the
Manda's
only
son.
dude with 2 summonings.
That's Manda's son.
Well, how would you feel being a son? Like you killed my
that's what I'm
dad.
saying. He really
That's
went back
so
and
gnarly.
Things.
He got his son as his summoning. Along with the one thing,
dude, you just became the king though.
Like Hawk.
Yeah, Sasuke got 2 summonings for no reason. Whatever.
I mean, it's cool. It's not like they talk. The Hawks don't talk, so it's good.
That's true. But all right, yep. Next one, I'll have the order to you guys as soon as I come back from Target and switch out the curtains. So,
wow, yeah, make sure to do that.
But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast Naruto What If Battle Series. These are some of my favorite podcasts to do with everyone. We have a wide panel. Thank you, Byron, Andrea, Nikki, and Cedric returning, doing this one with us, and Madara took this one 5-0. There would need to be a lot of changes for us to change our minds, but Madara Sage of Six Paths is a little bit too strong. Next month, we will be doing Sasuke going up the Akatsuki ladder. He just gets Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan, and he has to fight an Akatsuki member one-on-one before advancing to the next one, and we will have that order out. And yeah, does anyone else have anything they want to say before we close? Nope. Byron, you have nothing to say?
Check out our Discord. Check out our Twitter, our YouTube, our Facebook pages. We out here.
Which?
Yeah, website.
Just keep plugging.
Just keep going, man.
It. Instagram. Check out our Instagram.
Really good. Yep, there's that. Yep.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah. Check out Justin's SoundCloud, the producer SoundCloud.
Shout out Justin. We miss you. We need you on the next podcast, Mr. Producer.
He won't have Sasuke beating Sasori, and he'll be disrespectful.
Well, it's only disrespectful if you make Sasori number 1.
Well, anyway, there we go. Well, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. You guys take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.